Hello and welcome to this week's PlayStation podcast that I nearly called Anime Podcast because I was just talking about it. This week's episode of Unchained, we're back! We're back to a normal schedule of, well, as normal as we are anyway, which isn't very normal, but who cares? Because screw normal. Normal is boring. And you know who else isn't normal? Chris, sorry.
I had a feeling you might be jumping to me. Oh, what's up?
Hey, Chris, I missed you.
I missed you too. How are you doing?
Not too bad. It's technically been like 3 weeks. Because although you guys heard a podcast last week's was actually the week before because of issues we've had recently. Which have been sorted out, and that's all I can say right now, that the issues have been sorted out, and we'll be back to schedule now.
See, why'd you have to say anything? Because we could have been talking like we haven't seen each other in months, and everybody would be trying to figure out what the hell's going on. And then we could actually be like, you know, one of those bad anime that we always talk about on the other podcast.
Well, we all know I'm British, so I've actually time travelled. This is me from a month ago that's just appeared at this time.
How's Doctor Who? Do you have your own TARDIS? It's a porta potty, isn't it? I imagine you're classy enough to be British, but just class, you know, kind of our level of American class. I feel like we're dragging you down being on the podcast.
So we do have a blue police box down on the beach.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I want pictures. Pictures or it didn't happen.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. Anyway, how you been?
I have been excellent. Fantastic.
Have you been playing them video games?
I have been playing them video games. One of them video games I will not be able to talk about until next week. But yes.
No. Hey, Chris. We can talk about it because the podcast goes up after embargo.
Oh, really?
When is it?
The embargo will be up on Tuesday the 16th. That morning.
Then yes.
So, but I guess if it's all right, cool. Well, we can
this
talk
goes
about
up on a Wednesday.
Oh, see, I'm on the podcast, yet I don't even know our schedules.
Sunday's Anime Cast, that goes live Sunday. Then Unchained goes live every Wednesday now, as always. Back to schedule.
Good to know. And for listeners who did not know that, you are now as educated or more so than I am.
The more you
so
know.
Enjoy that. Oh, yeah. No, it's been fun. Well, I can talk about the game I'm reviewing right now and all that fun stuff. But I've been great. So I'm living life to the fullest.
I miss the old community manager for that company though. I miss him.
Chin was pretty cool.
Chin is the best. He said if I'm ever in London again, I'm gonna have to meet him again. So he still remembers me. Good old Chin.
Yes.
It's hard. It's hard to forget you, Ben. You leave an impact wherever you go.
Yay! Because I'm so big. Yeah, because I'm so big.
Oh. I wasn't going there, but
big on personality.
Yeah.
Sure. Let's go for that. So how you been? So how you been today? Are you okay?
Me?
Yeah.
Are we still okay? Yeah. No, yeah. I've been good today. Today's a good day. So I'm riding the good wave.
Yes. And he kind of dislikes video games sometimes. It's Garri. Hey man.
Oh hey, how's it going?
I'm not too bad.
This week I'm very much enjoying the video games.
Yay!
Or the visual novels that I'm playing.
Oh yeah, because you know that's a video game. Well, I guess it is.
Oh my god. No, I can't wait to talk about it.
Hey, I will defend visual novels as video games because one of my favourite games was Hatful Boyfriend.
Yeah, that's a Chris game. That's about birds falling in love.
Have you ever played Hatful Boyfriend, Chris?
I have not. It is on my Steam wish list. However,
it was also a free game on PS Plus. What's wrong with you, man?
Yeah, it was free.
Oh yeah. I downloaded. No, I got it, but I didn't download it. Yeah, it's on my long list.
You know, I like Hatful Boyfriend so much that I've got plush toys based on the characters from Hatful Boyfriend.
That is awesome. Are they like the little ones like they make for Naruto and
no,
Attack on Titan?
Kind of full sized.
Oh, nice!
They did a Kickstarter for it, and it was really cheap, so I bought most of it. Anyway, Garri, video games. How you been?
Yes. I've been pretty good, man. I've been pretty good. It's been a pretty good week.
I'm just jealous still of what you've just done recently, which you can check at psu.com, where he covered Fallout 76.
Yes, I did, and it was a great time.
My friend, because I've got a PSN chat with some people I play Fantasy with, and one of them is Jen. She's really excited for Fallout 76. In fact, she's so excited for Fallout 76 that her husband, who doesn't really play video games, she's already bought him a copy just to force him to play it with her.
Oh my god!
She's bought it for her 2 kids, herself, and her son, just to make sure everyone can play.
Oh man!
She's like, I'm gonna buy it, so you have to play it.
I mean, when faced with no other options.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, I wish somebody would force me to play video games. I
mean... Fine. If I had the money, I would go and buy you a copy of Fallout 76 and force you to play it with me.
Oh my gosh!
I'd be like, you must play it with me, Garri.
Well, at this rate, I don't even know who's gonna be reviewing it for us, so we'll see.
I say Garri.
I say, you want me to review a Fallout game? The guy who hates Fallout.
Well, I think it'd be perfect for it.
You bring in a different viewpoint. Plus, you said you kind of like the.
I actually, we'll talk about it, but I thoroughly enjoyed Fallout 76.
See?
Amazing. Fucking amazing. Never thought I would hear the sentence, I actually liked Fallout, come out of your mouth.
Hey, I can't believe I'm saying I'm looking forward to it as well. And this is me.
I love Fallout, so I was looking forward to it before they even announced it. Well, see, Garri likes the 2 old Fallouts, the original 2.
Chris,
I don't. I hate those games. Are you kidding me?
Chris liked it before it was cool.
They're timed. Both of those games are timed.
Oh yeah. Oh god. Games. I know how you feel about timed games. My bad. For some reason I must be mixing you up with somebody else who actually likes games.
Wow.
Well, you know what? Timed games. I can bring that into our next session. In fact, because this company made games that had times, and I've got wind.
What? I got wind.
See what I said about him? We're a bad influence on him now. He's still British about it, so excuse me, I have wind. But instead of just silently farting and then feeling embarrassed about it while everybody else tuts around you, just open about it.
I'm going to try and go back to the time thing because I could actually tie that into our first article. Because this company made a video game that was also with a time limit called Dead Rising. I'm talking Capcom's. Huh?
Yes!
There we go. Did it. And Capcom are being stupid. In fact, Capcom says that all franchises in the future will become live services. Firstly, Capcom states that they will be transforming the foundation of consumer business model from a traditional one-time sale to a revenue over time. So, we're in the microtransactions.
Well, now hold on. It's not a microtransaction thing specifically.
What else would game as a live service mean?
It could mean constant updates, like live events in their games, like
sure.
Far Cry 5 is doing, and Assassin's Creed Odyssey is now doing. To keep people, and Monster Hunter, to keep people constantly playing the game.
But they already do that with Monster Hunter. Why would they announce it now for all their games?
Because it was so successful.
So well in Monster Hunter. Because they had a sleeper hit with that one.
The moment they announced that red orbs can be bought in Devil May Cry with real money, I lost some sort of faith in this idea. So yeah. Although it looks like
I totally understand.
Yeah, it looks like you don't need to spend any money in Devil May Cry because it looks like you do get a decent amount. But they announced that weird. Was it like a hat? I can't remember what it was called now. They announced a weapon that actually uses red orbs. So.
Ew. What?
It gives a multiply. Yeah, if you do good combos, you get actually the multiplied back. But ugh,
Better not force me to buy red orbs.
please don't.
You were doing so good, Capcom.
So we'll see.
You really are, but don't do this.
And Resident Evil 2. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens in the future. But this means that I'm guessing that the next Resident Evil will have multiplayer in some way.
Yes, I agree with you.
No, by the way, Capcom, I'm going to say this, and just because I'm saying this doesn't mean it should exist. It shouldn't exist. Okay, Capcom, this is something I'm saying now that should never exist. Okay? Resident Evil Battle Royale. Do not do this. But also do this, please. But don't do it as Resident Evil. It would. I would like that actually. That would actually add some fun to Battle Royale to me. I guess in a way, Call of Duty's done it. Yeah, Call of Duty has done it, hasn't it?
Well,
because they have added zombies into the Battle Royale mode.
So they have.
Yeah, that's one thing I find. I know I'm going to get so much hate mail right now. All the hate mail. Ben.Chille@PSU.com. But
I just insulted British culture, so I'm expecting it.
We're British. We'll just go tut you. It'd be fine.
Dude, what they need is Street Fighter Battle Royale. You get 64 people on screen with their characters, and they all just get on a big gay orgy in the middle and just hammer, square and do the quarter circles and that. And
wow,
that's what I want to play.
Wow,
you could do it, Capcom. Make it happen.
But yeah, no. What I want to say is, what I find boring in Fortnite, PUBG, and what was the other game that came out on PS4?
H1Z1.
Is the amount of walking you do with nothing that's going on. I probably spend 90% of my Fortnite matches just running around, doing nothing at all. I would like to see more PvE elements added, like with Call of Duty with the zombies. Imagine like they do a Resident Evil Battle Royale, and then you're all the players are put in Raccoon City, and not only do you have the players to try and get survive from, but you've also got zombies, and like lickers, traditional zombies, the dogs.
Yeah,
get some like a Left 4 Dead style gameplay in there.
What are you talking about, dude? You're the best Resident Evil game already did that.
No.
Yeah.
It was called Operation Raccoon City.
That's exactly what I'm getting.
I'm talking as an actual Battle
sorry.
Royale, though. We're like, like a lot of people put in. Not not the standard Battle Royale size, but maybe like 32 players. And then the team that gets to the exit wins.
I think I mentioned the Left 4 Dead thing based on what you're saying, Garri, was something like that.
Yeah.
I would like to see, you'd have like the Stars police force, you have the Umbrella Merc Corps, then you can have like the special infected. Like you can pick who you want to be as, and then it would just be a brawl with the NPC zombies and other NPC enemies, and it would be awesome to have your team flank another team, blow down a wall, let the zombies in while they're dealing with them. You come in and kill them. Like it would be fun to be able to build strategies like that. If they could implement it that way. Yeah.
And then it turns into like the dark zone from Division when you actually get to like just say that one of the maps is there's a helicopter that you go on, but there's only one helicopter. So if more than one team arrives, it ends up in like a PvP match.
Ooh,
where you gotta try and kill the other team while trying to also not be killed by zombies.
Or they can do the best thing possible and just remake Outbreak File number 1 and 2. And make those actually work, since they can make them work now properly. Because they couldn't make them work properly on the PS2.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, Resident Evil is obviously not new to multiplayer. People think Resident Evil is new to multiplayer. It's not. It's been doing multiplayer for a lot longer than most franchises.
I remember in the PS2 days. I can't remember what magazine it is. I probably got it somewhere still. Where they were talking about how they wanted to make an MMO Resident Evil game.
I would probably play that.
Yeah, that was like way back when it was the still new franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not new to multiplayer. So either way you look at it, they can do multiplayer. I mean, they've done all variations of it. They've done co-op with 4 people. They've done co-op with 2 people through an entire campaign. They've obviously done PvP with Operation Raccoon City and, unfortunately, Umbrella Corps. Mercenaries. Yeah, Mercenaries, they've done multiplayer in almost every way. Deathmatch, team deathmatch, whatever you want. But, it does seem like Resident Evil 8 may probably have multiplayer, which kind of goes against their new vision of the franchise. I mean, with 7, because they pretty much re-envisioned it with 7. And now with this, I mean, we could all be wrong. I mean, it could just be that it's going to be more of a service game where it's just random stuff will happen. Community events will happen in single-player style, depending on where they go with Resident Evil 8. I mean, if you look at Resident Evil 7, they probably could have done it there where, let's have this random event where you got to escape this house full of all these monsters in a certain amount of time. That to me that to me is a live event, and that's the kind of stuff you can constantly update the game with to constantly get people to do new things.
Yeah.
They're pretty much like challenges, and you can get away with that by still having a single player game. So there's a lot of stuff they can do. So to me, this doesn't necessarily mean every game is going to have multiplayer or every game is going to have microtransactions. It could simply just mean that they're going to constantly update the game with new things to do so that you continue to play the game throughout the year rather than once you're done, you're moving on to the next game. Because they want you to constantly continue to play their game. That's like the big thing that every company wants now. So.
That to me is a good thing because they were already doing, yearly releases, a lot of them, and how we're all sick of the yearly releases of Assassin's Creed and Call of Duty and Battlefield. It became that. So if more companies kind of move to this, then they can focus on making one really good game that everybody can enjoy and update it for years to come.
There's a reason why I play
There's
a reason why I play Fantasy 14 so much.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, all of them. Warframe, Final Fantasy 14. We were just talking earlier about Final Fantasy 11. Shit, look what they're doing with that.
11's supposed to be getting some new content. There's also talks. I don't know how true it is because there's been no official stuff about console ports because there's already a mobile port being made. So. Yeah, they're working on Final Fantasy 11 mobile. So,
I guess the perfect example you can look at right now, for me at least, is Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah.
Look in the shape that it released, and look at it now. It's almost a completely different game when you look at it now.
But I wish they hadn't done it that way. It almost seems in hindsight now that this is some kind of growing pain for the industry moving forward. It still pisses me off that they released 15 like that, but that's.
You have to have those growing pains because you have to learn from those.
Oh, I know. That's why I'm saying it's hindsight. In hindsight, it's a good thing. But believe me, I was not a satisfied fan with the latest Final Fantasy. It was disappointing in how they did it, and it's like, really? I paid $60 for the game. Well, I didn't pay $60 for the game. I borrowed it from a good friend. But at least the principle of it, $60 game.
I paid $200.
I know. See, and that's my point.
And then I had to pay more for the season pass.
Yeah, but if they start doing if that's the way the industry wants to go, at least as far as the games that they want to release as a service, because there's always going to be place for indie games and all of those. But if the big ones want to do that and stop giving us a crappy sequel year after year, shit, I'm on board. Overwatch is still going strong. Yeah. I would rather, and I'm still happy to play that game. So you know what? Bravo. Give me good games that I can play for a while and enjoy, whether by myself or with friends. And I'll give you money.
I still suggest that FIFA should be a yearly live service thing.
Oh, that's my thought for a very long time.
Yeah, but Garri, when your players retire, you've seen what happens to your score.
Oh, shut up.
To your rating. Well, they retired one of Garri's players, and his score dropped like 10 points.
Wow.
So,
But no,
I don't know.
I've always suggested that they should just sell, like the the year if they want to keep actually getting money, they could just like FIFA 19. If you own FIFA 18, it's a 20 quid upgrade to upgrade from 18 to 19 digitally.
Not a bad idea.
I mean, they wouldn't want to do it because they'll make less money, but
I mean, this in theory sounds like a great idea, but you also have to remember that if you want your fans to constantly play one game and then you release another game and then you expect them to juggle the two games, what if they don't? What if they just stay with the one game? Like, for example, if Resident Evil 8 has this awesome, live service where people are absolutely adoring it, and then Resident Evil 3 Remake comes out, Resident Evil 3 Nemesis Remake, and it has awesome live services, but most people don't like it. So you're essentially costing yourself money because you're wanting people to play this one game for this much longer than this other game.
Then they had better stagger their release tables.
You design it. So, I know this. This is the weirdest thing I've ever. By the way, as I said before, I play a lot of Fantasy 14, but the game is designed for people to keep playing. But at the same time, the director said this really weird statement that I still find strange because it's his game. But he said that the patches are designed so that people can beat them, and then go play other games to take a break, and then when the new content arrives, to come back to it.
And that has worked very well so far.
Yeah. So
and I think that's the good way to do it.
Yeah.
But you also have to remember when it takes you a year, maybe 2 years to release that content, people have moved on. And they don't care anymore.
That's why you drip feed it over the year.
At least it's not freemium mobile.
Yeah.
I much prefer this direction instead of being microtransaction to death. So the companies that can take advantage of it and do it in the best, most satisfactory way, like the ones that are already doing it, that you just said, Ben, they'll continue, and other companies will try to catch up still. But I think even the companies catching up can make their own unique modifications to it. And again, whatever the customers like more will be the winner. That's just how these things that's how this business goes. So we'll see what happens.
That's how game chasing goes.
No.
I mean, I just hope this means that we're going to get Dragon's Dogma MMO outside of That's all I want.
Garri, you just did it for me right there.
I mean, yeah, just release it outside Japan. It's already going strong in Japan.
Why don't you just make a Japanese PSN account and download it?
I can't.
Why not?
They won't let me play because it's region locked.
There is ways, Garri. There is ways.
Oh my God.
Which we and the employees of PSU do not condone.
Yeah, we do not condone using ways.
Using ways.
I mean, I haven't done it because I don't want to play it. So, but anyway, let's go talk about something we can play soon. Maybe I can't remember when it releases. Red Dead Redemption 2.
Releases at the end of the month, Ben.
October 26th. You know, that big game that other people are hyped about.
What game?
Red Dead Redemption 2. Let's get boogie with it.
Electric Boogaloo?
Did you know?
It's looking good.
I'm going to tell you now, there's some big spoilers ahead. Did you know it has trophies?
No, oh my God.
And those trophies have leaked online, so if you don't really care about spoilers, you can go check out psu.com/news/Red Dead Redemption 2 trophy list to go check out some pretty screenshots and the trophies for Red Dead 2 because it's linked to the trophies because they're linked online.
Even the hidden trophies, which you shouldn't be able to see until you get them?
Yep.
Oh, no.
Yeah, all of the trophies have leaked, and and for those that are not going to be playing online, which is probably quite a few people because a lot of people buy Red Dead for the single player. 38% of the trophies are based online. So if you're a platinum hunter, you will need to play the game online.
I hate online trophies.
I do as well. I like when games have them as like a separate what game was it? I think it was. Was it Resistance? I can't remember which game it was.
Resistance 2.
Yeah, Resistance 2, where they had online trophies, but it was it counted like DLC trophies where it wasn't part of the main trophy list.
Yeah.
So you didn't need them for the platinum. So yeah, you can check the trophies online. Which, yeah, if you want trophies, those sure do exist. And they are connected to Red Dead 2. There is 44 bronze, 4 silver, and 3 golds, and of course a platinum. Which I shouldn't have to say. Hell, I said that it's got trophies, so yeah.
Wait, what game?
Red Dead Redemption 2. Now
Never heard of it.
Party.
My thing with multiplayer trophies is I think they should be separate. And I feel like for some games they should be counted as 2 platinums rather than the 1. And look, the problem is, and we've seen this multiple times now, and Tim hates me for having this platinum because he can never get it anymore. Because the servers are shut down. It's for Lord of the Rings War in the North. It was a co-op Lord of the Rings game. It was like the M-rated one, so it was a big deal because of that. But they had multiplayer trophies, and the servers are shut down, so you can still play the game by yourself, but you're never going to platinum that game. And that's the big problem, is if the server is shut down and you're forcing people... I'm not saying Red Dead servers are going to shut down. That's not going to happen. Not for a very, very, very long time. But for
I don't know, it's like
other
that
games,
small indie company called Rockstar. I mean, how many games have they released this generation? I think they've released 1, haven't they?
No.
They haven't released a new game since
This is the new game. The other game was a port.
They're so poor they can only release 1 game this generation. Those poor folk. Man.
Yeah, so I'm just like, to me, they should either completely, like, I understand you want people to play your multiplayer, and I know, like, if you're not for trophies, you don't have to. A lot of people are for trophies, and they know that they'll never get this platinum because they don't want to play multiplayer.
Well, until someone breaks the game and finds out how to make private servers.
I still think the dumbest trophy that they ever did that was a multiplayer trophy was for, I believe it was Lost Planet 3, where it was there was a Lost Planet 2 where it was
Planet 2.
Where be number 1 on the leaderboards, and that's more impossible to get than a freaking trophy on a game that the servers are dead. Like, really? Don't do trophies like that, companies. Come on, it's not cool.
By the way, people have got we do not endorse doing this at PlayStation Universe, but did you know that people have got MGO2 working online now?
Really?
Yeah.
I love it. Community never ceases to amaze me.
Yeah, people have got private servers working for Metal Gear Online 2. So, yeah.
Well, Konami's not supporting it, so why not?
Well, so trophies for multiplayer games, please just have them separately, and maybe add another platinum. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Or so that's just be just make them all gold trophies. So I want to do a quick public service announcement before we go to the main topic. Really, there has been recently an issue with certain PSN messages that are arriving that, although the media is calling it bricking your console, It does look like there is ways to fix this issue, but it's still not nice. If you receive this message, your console will turn off, if I'm rightly, Garri?
No, it will give you an error message and you can't do anything at all. So
Okay.
you have to factory reset your PS4.
I also heard that rebuilding the database will work.
Okay.
So try and rebuild the database. If that doesn't work, then you're going to have to factory reset. If you factory reset, you do lose everything. But if you rebuild database, you will not lose anything. But you will also receive the message again as soon as you log in, which means you're going to have to do it all over again. So if you're going to do this, make sure...
Let's rephrase that. You lose everything that's on the system, but you can still re-download everything because you bought it already.
Yeah, you'll keep it all, but if you do if you do rebuild database, you do not have to re-download anything.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, you don't permanently lose the games you bought digitally.
No.
Yeah, but I'm going to be pretty pissed if I lose PT. Not that I played it since it came out, but I'm not getting rid of it off my console because, well, I'm OCD like that. But
no, Garri, if you do rebuild database, you don't have to download anything.
Okay.
If you do factory reset, yeah, but if you rebuild database, I've done it before. It just make sure all the file. It's like if you do what's that? God damn it! Defrag your computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all that rebuild database does.
defrag. That's a term I've not heard in a long time.
That's why I tried to remember what it was. I was like, anyway. But if you do log in and you've still got the PSN message, then you're gonna have to do it all over again. So make sure that you log in either on your web browser via whatever web browser you use. I use Chrome, so I use Chrome. Or use your phone app, because you can also use the PlayStation mobile phone app to delete the message before you rebuild your PS4, so you don't just log in and then crash instantly again. Also, make sure that for now, change your settings to private so only friends can send you messages. So that way you're not going to get random people sending you the message and like brick you for funsies. Because people out there are dicks.
Right.
Dicks.
They're not the good kind.
Spotted dicks?
Spotted dicks.
That's
Pudding
a delicious
people.
cuisine, man.
Yeah, it is nice. I like it with custard. It is lovely.
I like my dick with custard too, as a matter of fact.
Wow. Chris.
Wow.
There we go. I know it's the wrong show, but you deserve one.
I did.
So, I think that'll be doing for news today, because we've got quite a few other things to cover. You know what? We'll go straight to the main topic. Fallout 76. A little birdie. By the way, people were streaming this recently on Xbox. Just remember that build was a very early build, and their opinions, although they're okay and they're reliable, just make sure that if they're complaining too much, chances are that a lot of it might be fixed already for the final build. Because I'm guessing the build that was used for the stress test was the same as the build that our good friend Garri here got to play.
Si, senor.
So that means that it's not been bug tested really as much as the final version. It's just literally what it's designed to be, a stress test to test the servers. I know, a company doing an actual stress test rather than a demo. It's shocking, but who would have thought it? I'm still jealous it's Xbox exclusive. Damn you, Microsoft.
What's an Xbox exclusive?
The stress test.
Oh. Let them break their consoles.
So, Garri, you got to play it recently.
I did get to play it
2
recently.
weeks ago, right?
Yes, 2 weeks ago.
Times.
Yes, the build that we played, they told us, is about 4 months old.
Okay.
So they've clearly they told us that a lot of stuff that we may encounter has already been fixed. but it's still good to point out problems that you have. But yeah, no, I got to play Fallout 76 out in West Virginia, which is where the game takes place. We stayed at a hotel, which is actually also in the game, and they've recreated it beautifully too. It's obviously not as big as the actual resort is in real life, but the hotel is pretty much the same size as it was in real life. But yeah, no, I actually thoroughly enjoyed Fallout 76, and for me, is weird to say because Fallout 4 really didn't do anything for me. Like, I enjoyed Fallout 3, but 4 not so much. So I think it just goes for multiple things. The reason I liked 76, for me, one of the big things that I took out of it was the vibrant colors this time. It's more nature driven, so you're obviously more in nature this time. There's a lot of fall colors, a lot of browns and reds and oranges and yellows. So it looked gorgeous when I was playing it. Obviously, not every area is going to look this way, but for the most part, that's the kind of setting you're into now. It's not this ugly greenish brown color that 3 and 4 were because it took place in major cities. So, this time it's more in the wilderness, and I'm pretty sure a lot of it goes to because, it's multiplayer now, they can't really make a big city setting because of the multiplayer now, but yeah, no, like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I like the fact that it's gone a little more shooter style now, rather than full RPG like it was. It's definitely a lot quicker based. I talked about the VAT system in my hands-on on PSU.com, where the VAT system this time, it's still in the game, but it now works more like an aim assist in the way of when you activate VAT system, everything still runs in real time, but you just get an accuracy marker that goes up or down depending on how well you're aiming at the enemy. So in other words, it's a good tool to use when you're using hip shots instead of aiming down the scope. And it'll tell you how well your accuracy is based on that. It still takes AP for some reason. I don't know why. I didn't end up using it too often, but for when I did, it was kind of helpful, especially when you're facing off past enemies like ghouls. They're a lot quicker, so it's a lot harder to kind of get the aim shot on them. So using the hip shot was a lot more effective. But yeah, I want to know what your guys' questions are, and I'll answer them as best I can. So shoot away.
Well, I do have a question and comment, and then another comment as usual.
Okay.
So we got a text from Tim the other morning that there was a bunch of it had snowed where he's at, and apparently Garri liking Fallout 76 made it snow in hell. So yes, the end is upon us, people. Also, I feel that just what you described right now, everybody's going to be wanting to put all of their points into their agility, so they can boost up all of their action points and just use that aimbot VAT system now all the time. So there's your first plan for the game, everybody. Put all your points into agility. Get those action points up, and then just run around and headshot everybody like you all did in Bad Company 2 on PC back in the day. The other thing I have to ask, how much hands-on did you get with other aspects of the game, such as like the city building, the house building? Were you able to do any of that, or was it solely combat-focused, like missions and things like that?
So we got to play about 3 hours of the game, uninterrupted 3 hours. It was 4 of us, so we're 4-player co-oping it. It was me, 2 other journalists, and 1 of the devs for the game. And the dev was pretty much there to kind of guide us. They had a lot of stuff planned out, but we didn't have to do anything that they wanted. They specifically told us, this is your time. If you want to go off and do your own thing, you're more than welcome to do that. And one of our guys did go off and do his own thing for a little bit, and then he came back. But we mostly stuck with him. And as far as the building aspects things go, we didn't get to try that. because I don't think it was ready in that demo for us to try. But we did get to see structures and things that the developers had already built, so you can check out like how far you can actually go when it comes to building. And so we got to check out one of those. He had a nice little like trailer shack, and he had a whole bunch of statues and things like that of Vault Boy there. He also had his Nuka-Cola vending machine there, which was empty at the time. And he had a whole bunch of store boxes and crafting tables there for you to check out. But we ourselves didn't get to actually build anything. But we did get to see what you can actually build. And they talked a little bit about stuff you can do. You can build defenses around it, so you can put like gun turrets, missile launchers and stuff like that if you want to, so it gets defended. The only big question that we had, which I actually didn't get to ask, and we actually thought about it after we got our hands-on preview, is when you say you change servers in the game, your structure that you build is there, right? It's on the server.
Yeah.
So if you switch servers and somebody else has their own building in the same spot you built it, what happens?
I can answer this for you.
Please do.
Basically, if you change servers and someone has a spot where you are, then it turns back into the camp item and returns back to your inventory when you log in.
So you have to find a different spot.
Yeah.
Okay. No, so the way we were kind of explained, which was very hard to understand, is that they pretty much said that it gets moved, but they didn't say how. So like, it just randomly appears on a different map, and I gotta go look for it.
Hey there, neighbor! Nope, you're right next to the person. What they do is like Harry Potter style. Your house pops up magically between them, and everybody else's moves around, so you guys are neighbors. And then when you log out, everything moves back together. That's what they're going to do. So you'll have neighborhoods full of neighbors. You have no ideas who they are.
No, basically you can put it down where you want to, again.
Okay. Well, there you go. Ben answered a question I couldn't answer.
I've been doing a lot of research with this game because I've been really excited.
Now, and correct me if I'm wrong, but what I envision with this, here's my personal goal, which I would love to do, with a team, with you guys when we do it. It's we can build our own city up and do that kind of stuff. The thing that I love about this idea about the multiplayer, and what I'm hoping we can do, is actually like set up our own shops.
Yes, you can be a merchant.
Like what? But like something more than that. So like your settlement is like if it's just a bunch of us and we're all gun runners. So we have us that go out and get the supplies. We make the guns, and people come by and buy or sell if they want to start shit. Well, we got turrets and a bunch of guns. Like I would love and to have like different settlements like that, like people doing all their own different things with the different shops around it. That's what I'm really excited for, to see the in-game economy pick up in its own way, that people are actually, like, you feel like you've got to scrounge for the stuff, and this is how you make a living. Or you're raiders on the warpath, and that's how you make your living. Like, I really, this is what I'm hoping for in this game, to really see everybody's personalities come out like what happens in MMOs. So you get those different factions, and eventually its own online economy. I have high hopes for this game.
My only issue with this game is the limited amount of players. It looks like there's a lot smaller amount of people per server than I think.
I believe they said it's going to be 16 people on the server.
16?
Yes.
Yeah. Considering how big the map is, I feel like it should be a lot more than 16, really.
Especially if they want to do like a thriving post-apocalyptic economy.
Yeah.
Well, not thriving, but...
Well, the thing is, Ben, is they still want you to enjoy the PvE stuff.
Yeah.
And this is something I actually talked to one of the developers about during randomly meeting them during lunch and stuff. Is how they were
in the game.
Oh my god. No, one of the things is how they were going to balance things that, in my opinion, cause problems in other MMOs.
Yeah.
Like, in a lot of other MMOs, when you have too many people in one area, it's so clustered that when you kill an enemy, that enemy literally respawns like a second later.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I talked to him about. How are they going to balance it where if I'm in an area with another player and he kills everything there, and I show up maybe 10 seconds later, are those enemies going to respawn, or am I going to have to wait like 2 hours for them to respawn? Because I don't want to take all this time waiting for something to happen when it should happen right away. But then I also don't want it to spawn right after I kill it, and then it just attacks me again, and I can never explore the area. So I think that's one of the things where they're focusing more on, instead of having so many players, they still want you to experience this, type of campaign because they do have a campaign in the game. It's not just, you're thrown in and go do whatever you want. There is a full-on story in the game. And it's one of those things where I personally feel the 16 player count is better than if they had, say, 32 players. Because yes, it's a massive map, but I never went to any of the areas in the game where there wasn't other people running around. Like, I always heard other people fighting. I always saw other people running around and doing stuff. So even though it's 16 people, I never felt like I was by myself.
That's good. I was worried about that.
Yeah. And a lot of them will kind of hover around, like, the bigger areas where there's a lot of EXP to gain, where there's the best enemies to get loot from. And you also have to understand, like, a lot of the enemies do spawn in random locations. So, like, I won't say the Death Claws, but what's that flying dragon thing? What is that called?
Dragonfly?
I heard there's actual dragons.
I didn't encounter that. Oh, God, it's like a lava thing, scorpion thing. I don't remember what it's called. Praise lava scorpion! Oh, my God. No, but it's really like the most powerful enemy in the game that you can encounter.
Oh, you mean no, the Death Claws?
No, it's more powerful than the Death Claws.
It must be something new they designed, because Death Claws were the most powerful enemies in Fallout 4 that weren't like
maybe it was a boss in Fallout 4. I'm not sure, but either way,
Death Claws.
Some enemies do appear randomly. We actually encountered a Death Claw at a gas station, I believe it was. We're climbing down this big mountain trying to get to where we were going, and there's like the shack, so we jumped on the roof of the shack. All of a sudden we see this Death Claw walking around, and then he got attacked by a bunch of ants.
Ants!
Nature, bitch!
Yeah, and these ants absolutely wrecked this Death Claw. Like, they just went to town on this Death Claw and just owned the shit out of it. So we didn't have to fight Death Claw, and then we killed the ants. We got these awesome weapons. We got an epic weapon that I couldn't use because you can only use it at level 30. So there is a lot of loot. No, like, loot, there is a lot of loot. Like, you'll kill a random dog and you'll get weapons, you'll get ammo, things like that.
Thank God that dog was carrying a fat boy.
So, no. Actually, fat boys, they say they are in the game, but they're not going to be random drops. You actually have to really, really work to get them.
That's good.
Yeah, because they're way too overpowered, and you do get a full-on nuke where you can nuke areas of the city.
And I saw a clip of it because from someone at the event. Was it you or someone else?
I actually missed it because this problem happened, and I guess they didn't expect this problem to happen.
Yeah.
But it happened, and I hope they fix it. So pretty much what happened is we knew there's a nuclear bomb falling. We opened up our map, and there's this big red circle that's a target that's appearing on the ground.
Yeah.
A nuke is going to fall there. And you pretty much have to get to the shelter, which is the Vault 76, where you emerge from. You have to get back in to survive this nuclear bomb. Oh. And unless you're way far away from it, then it won't really affect you.
These people were still on the cliff watching it.
Yeah. So they're like, oh, hey, you got to get back in the vault. This bomb is going to fall. And I was far away, as was my team. And they were like, okay, fast travel back to the vault, everybody. And I was like, oh, okay. So they were able to go. I couldn't go. And the reason I couldn't go is because there's so many other players there. I couldn't select any of my teammates to fast travel to them. And because the way it works is like, if any of your teammates that's in your squad, if they're anywhere on the map, you can just select them and fast travel to them right away.
Okay, I like that. That's good.
That's good.
Yeah, wherever they are, you can just simply fast travel to them. Unless you're in combat. Obviously, you have to get out of combat.
That's bad.
Well, no, yeah, but I heard that though, if you're getting shot, you can fast travel. You know, if someone's like, haha, let's do the peas versus peas, and you're like, no, mate, I don't want to do that. You can fast travel.
That's good.
That I don't know about, and I'll talk about PvP here in a second. Because there's a lot of questions about PvP.
PvPs.
Yeah, I'll talk about it in a second. Okay. But yeah, and then you can also fast travel to any of the locations you've already visited. The problem was, again, I couldn't select the actual vault because other players were taking up all the space on the map.
That's bad.
Yeah, and one of the developers like, Garri, are you coming or what? I was like, I can't select anybody. So then he got up, he came over to my screen, and he's like, oh shit, that's kind of a problem, isn't it? I was like, yeah, it kind of is. So he had to move away from the area, and I was finally able to select him. But by the time my game loaded, after I fast traveled, the bomb had already gone off. The vault doors had closed. And it was still loading what was happening. So I hear the explosion. My controller is vibrating for the explosion, but I don't see nothing. And then it finally loads everything in, and there's this giant dust cloud is heading my way. And everybody in front of me is just falling over, dying. It was the greatest scene because you're just standing there, and all the people in front of you are just slowly, one by one, just dropping like flies because the radiation is just killing them.
Sweet. What we could do, though, is we could turn Fallout into the Terminator simulator.
Yes.
I want to hold a chain as it explodes. Yeah, the fence.
Yeah. And from what I understood, you can personally get these nuclear bombs yourself.
Yes.
They didn't go into specifics about it.
Into specifics?
They said you get one through the story.
Yeah.
But that's literally all they say. But they did say you can make your own bombs, but the materials to do it are almost impossible to find.
From what I also heard, you can also find them in silos. But you need to find the detonation codes to actually fire them.
Yes, you have to find detonation codes. That's another thing they told us. And again, those are very difficult to find.
Yeah.
So you're not gonna be running around and people are just gonna be dropping bombs everywhere. This isn't Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Or it just ruins the whole game.
But if you're able to go to the area after the bomb's gone off, it actually has high quality resources.
Yes, with enormous radiation. So good luck with that.
Radiation suit, baby.
Yeah, get some rad eggs on you right away. But yeah, what other questions do you guys have?
Well, you already answered my question, but I want you to answer it here as my. Will the servers be region locked? Because I have a few friends in North America.
No, they said the servers will not be region locked. Yes. No. They're actually really confused about the question because they're like, who locks their servers? And I'm like, Nintendo.
Well, no, there's a lot of MMOs that, DC Universe, Terra.
Yeah.
There's a lot of games that do, region-specific stuff because of the fact it's, to try and help with the lag. Mm-hmm. I know it's a stupid question, but at the same time, it is something that,
No, it actually is an important question because that is something I'd want to know too.
Yeah.
Would I be able to play with friends outside the country? Yeah. Like even if they're in Canada, would I be able to play with them, or do they get their own servers?
Well, but Canada.
I'm pretty sure the U.S. is trying to lock off Canada from us.
U.S. is trying to lock everything off.
Any other questions?
I am a little curious about how did the control of the game feel overall? Did they fine tune it more for the high action?
Yes, they made it a lot more smoother, so it fits more of the shooter type of game rather than the RPG wise of it. Where obviously in Fallout 4 is a lot slower paced. In this one, you get attacked by a lot of enemies. We got ambushed by a bunch of ghouls in a lumber mill, and a bunch of mole men, which are the new enemies they designed in the game.
Nice.
They're kind of terrifying looking, but yeah, they come at you pretty quick.
I'll be honest. When you say Mormon, all I can think of is Hans Mormon from Simpsons.
That's what it is. It's just a bunch of Hans Molmans coming towards you.
Yeah.
They're blind as shit, but they hit you with their cane.
The only way their weakness is throwing a football at their crotch.
Oh my god. No, yeah, it definitely feels more like a shooter now. It's a lot more fast paced. The controls are a lot smoother. Even though we played with an Xbox controller, and for me, every time it said press X, I pressed X, and it was the wrong X. If you know what I mean.
Yep.
So for me, it took a long time to get the hang of the controls, because obviously the buttons, even though they're laid out the same way, for some reason, it just didn't feel the same way to me. But no, it's definitely a lot smoother. One cool thing they added, because obviously you can't pause the game this time because it's constantly online, is when you look at your vault boy, or not the vault boy, the vault, yeah, the Pip Boy, sorry. In Fallout, it zooms into it, and he brings up his wrist, and you can look at it. This time they have a quick menu for it. So all you got to do is you press the button, and it just pops up the information right in front of the screen without him having to look at the Pip Boy. This is like a quick guide, so you can quickly go in and equip whatever you want and whatever you need.
Did that work well? Like, did they?
Yes, it worked perfectly, because like you can do it the old way, but when you're constantly being shot at, you don't want something blocking your view if something is running at you, and you need to get the hell out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that worked good. That worked very good. They did say you won't be able to change the color of your Pip-Boy when the game comes out, but they are planning to implement that in the future. So
I'm
people who
guessing
like to change
that'll
color. Now what?
Atoms.
I don't know what it'll cost. They did say that all future DLCs for the game are going to be free.
Yeah.
It's not going to charge you for anything. All the future expansions, whatever they said, is all going to be free. So that's positive.
It does have microtransactions, though.
That I don't know about.
It uses a currency called atoms.
Mm-hmm.
You can earn them in game, or you can purchase them with real money. But they are used for cosmetics, so you can buy skins and stuff.
Well, that's fine as long as it's not really gameplay important. It's not a big deal, in my opinion, at least.
Sorry for taking so much spotlight, Garri, but
No, you're fine, man. That's good, because these are things I don't know, because we didn't get to see these. So
we'll see. While you were there doing that, Ben was writing up the wiki pages for it.
But no, someone I did watch on YouTube said that there was a bit of a latency issue with the gunfire. Did you have that issue?
Here's the thing. A lot of people after we were done did complain about stuff. Yeah. Latency was one of them. Frame rate drops, big frame rate drops for a lot of locations. You can watch my entire playthrough. It's on the PlayStation YouTube channel, the PSU YouTube channel. You can watch, and from what I remember and from my experience, I didn't run into any of these problems. If you see them on the screen in the videos, then it probably happened. I just didn't notice it. But for me, I didn't run into any bugs that I would expect to run into in a Bethesda game.
Yeah. I just wanted to check in case, just in case you saw anything like that.
Like I said, if there was latency, it was very small, and I didn't notice it.
The guy I was watching said it was mainly the guns where the sound was slightly out of sync.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, my whole playthrough is there for you to watch if you want to.
YouTube.ps. I can't remember what our YouTube is now.
PS YouTube.
PS YouTube. That's it.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So yeah, my whole entire playthrough is there. I believe it's 4 videos. They're each about 30 to 40 minutes long. So go check it out if you want to. I did get to explore a lot of the world there. Like I said, we encountered the mole men. We ran away from the flying dragon thing because it was very hard to kill. Even though I shot it one time, just hoping somebody else would kill it so I can get the XP for it.
Our YouTube is official PS YouTube.
Official PS YouTube.
Okay. There you go.
It looks like someone stole PS YouTube.
But yeah, other questions? Concerns?
No, not really. I'm gonna save PvP for next week, I think.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I feel like that would be great. That way we can split the Fallout information over several weeks and we can cover Fallout until release. I feel that's good. Because I think we're going to go quite a bit into detail with PvP. And I'm sure we can go into a bit more detail with the the creation once we've done some more. I've done a bit more research on it.
Okay. So, whatever you want, man.
Yeah. Plus, we still have PS1 classics.
Oh snap! I'm thrilled.
Insert theme song.
We all sound so thrilled.
Theme song.
Oh my god!
Insert title of section here.
Okay, let me just start then.
Yay!
So 2 weeks ago, or 2 podcasts ago, I should say.
God, we played ourselves several times.
we started a little game I started a little game with Tim and Ben and myself, where we pretty much guessed which PS1 classics are going to appear on the PS1 classic system, and which ones won't. And whoever gets the most correct answers will be the winner of a awesome high five from Garri. So get ready for that.
That's coveted. That's coveted.
Or they'll win something. We'll see. Maybe. We'll see.
That'd be an expensive high five for me, Garri. I love you, and I'd love one, but I am not flying to America to get a high five just to fly back.
Oh my god!
And, hey, if you never wash that hand again, then it'll be worth something.
Imagine around the visa. Why are you visiting America? A high five.
Oh man! So we had a few categories that besides yes and no. I've decided to just remove those and just use yes and no. So the other 2 were that it should be on the PS1 Classic, but it probably won't be, and it won't be, but it should be. Did I just say that twice? Is that the same thing?
You already confused me, so I'm not sure.
It's fine.
Yeah, so I'm just going to remove those. So it's just going to be yes or no if it's going to be on there. Okay? So we went through a bunch of games. Chris, I am going to add you now to this. So I'm going to go through the games we already went through, and you pretty much tell me if you believe these games are going to be on the PS1 Classic system. So they've already revealed the first 5. The first 5 are Tekken 3, Ridge Racer Type 4, Final Fantasy 7, Wild Arms, and Jumping Flash.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All sound very good.
Okay, so I'm going to go through the rest of the list that we went through, and you tell us if you think it's going to be on the PS1 Classic or not. Okay?
You got it. Hit me.
Okay, so one thing you should know, the PS1 Classic is not coming with analog controls, just regular-ass PS1 controls, no analog sticks, which is a terrible thing.
Those things are going to be super light. You're going to pick it up and it's going to go through the ceiling.
Yeah. Okay, so let's start. And I'll tell you what we said. So the first one was Metal Gear Solid. Tim said it's going to be on there. So did I. Ben said it's not going to be as a PS1 Classic. What about you?
You know, I've almost got to agree with Ben. I don't know if Konami will want it to be. But
Really?
they're teasing that their Symphony of the Night might be on there though. So I don't know. You know what? I've been surprised so far this year with quite a few things that I didn't think were going to happen. So what the hell? Put me down for a yes on Metal Gear Solid.
Alrighty.
I would love to see it.
All right. Next one was Resident Evil 2. Tim and I said no. Ben said yes.
I'm going to say yes, because I think it's a good idea for them to do that, especially considering the remake. I think it would be a good idea to build up more hype for it. I want to trust that Capcom would be smart enough to add it on there, so I'm going to go with a yes.
Okay. Next one was Mega Man X4. I said yes. Tim and Ben said no.
I say no because I don't think it was as popular here in America. Even though it was like the best, the best X game next to the first one. And
all right. Twisted Metal 2. We all said yes on this one.
Yes.
That's 4 yeses. Okay, Spyro the Dragon. We all said no.
Nope.
Okay. Crash Team Racing. Tim and I said yes. Ben said no.
Oh, I want to say yes on it because I want it to happen.
So that she'll will. Alrighty. Tenchu, Stealth Assassin. We all said no.
Oh, this is another one that I would will to happen. Yeah, probably a no on that one.
If it's not a PS1 Classic download, it's not going to be on that.
Mm-mm.
Next, Suikoden 2. We all said yes.
Yep, I would agree with that.
Alrighty. Street Fighter Alpha 3. Tim and I said yes. Ben said no.
I'm going to go with a yes on this one because that was the best one on there.
Xenogears. We all said no.
There's another one I wish. Yeah, I'll agree with the no.
Okay. Legend of Dragoon. We all said yes on this one.
Ooh, yes! I would love to see it on there.
Okay. Crash Bandicoot. That was a no down the middle.
Yeah, no.
All right. Tomb Raider. Ben is the only one who said yes.
I'll give it a yes.
Okay. Oddworld. Abe's Odyssey. We all said no.
I'm going to throw a yes on this one.
Look at you.
I know.
Okay. Ape Escape. We all said no.
Yes.
Really? You sure you want to do that?
Yeah, I am.
You do know that Ape Escape requires analog sticks, right?
you just don't know how to play with the directional pad. Like you gotta finesse it a little bit, but it can be done.
No, the game literally didn't function without an analog control. You couldn't play it. It didn't work.
Oh, I love it. I love it so much.
But hey, yes is your choice. Alrighty.
Hey, you know what? Why the hell not? Keep me as a yes on there.
Alrighty. Gran Turismo 2. We all said yes.
Yes.
Yes for Chris as well. Silent Hill. I was the only one who said yes.
I would hope that they would. Back to what I said earlier about Konami being stingy, but I think that this is a perfect opportunity to reinvigorate some hype for it, so yes.
Alrighty. Next, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. I said yes on this one.
Yes.
As did Ben. Yes for you as well?
Oh yeah.
Alrighty. Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
That's got to be a yes.
Alrighty. Parasite Eve. That was a no from all.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you guys.
No.
As much as I would love it, I don't think
it
will be.
Alright. Breath of Fire 3. Tim was the only yes on this one.
But that's a tough one. Man. Was Breath of Fire 4 on PS1 as well?
Yes, it was.
Why wouldn't they put that one on? I would think that they would put 4 on before 3.
3 was the more popular one.
Really? Oh,
Yep.
I thought 4 was the better one. Oh, well. I'm going to go no on Breath of Fire 3.
Alrighty. Resident Evil. I said yes on this one.
Yes.
2 Resident Evil games, really. Okay. Tomb Raider 2. I was the one who said yes on this one.
I'm contradicting myself here with my votes, but I don't think that they would put Tomb Raider 2 on there. Like, the first one I could see being put on there. The second one I couldn't. Both Resident Evils, I could see them being on there.
Okay. Alundra. Ben was the one who said yes.
It's another one. It would be cool if they did, but I don't think they will. So put me down as a no.
Alrighty. This one was a double game. Parappa the Rapper or Unjammy Lammy.
Jammer Lammy, yes! Oh my god. Yes, I hope they're on there. Put me down for yeses on those.
Both of them?
Oh yeah, both of them. Those are like 2 games that I absolutely think of when I think of like PS1 Classic in its early days. Oh yeah. Parappa the Rapper was epic.
Next one was A Vagrant Story. Tim was the only yes on that one.
Oh, A Boy Can Dream. I don't know. I think Square Enix is just going to let that franchise die.
It has one game in the franchise, man.
Okay, I speak for the possibility because it had such an awesome story. No, I don't think. I hope it. I wish it would be, but I don't think it will be.
Okay. And the last one of that round was Final Fantasy Tactics. That was a yes across the board.
Yeah. I could see that.
Okay. That is all of them. So, Ben, are you ready for the next set of games? Ben is not here. Ben, my good friend, I think you're on mute.
Do we have live video feed? Is he like dead? Did something happen to him?
He said he left, but then he said he's back, but I don't hear him.
I hope he did just leave it recording and we haven't been talking.
Well, let's start then, and then when Ben shows up, we'll get his opinion.
All right, let's do this.
Alrighty, moving on to the next games. Siphon Filter.
Oh my god.
Now remember, I probably should have mentioned this before. There is only room for 15 games remaining because they said it's going to have 20 games on it. 5 of them were already revealed, so 15 is the max. Now we will go through and we'll say yes and no, but at the end of it, we're going to have to make sure that we're down to 15, so you might have to give up some games.
That's fine with me.
Alrighty, Siphon Filter.
You want me to go first?
Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
back.
Yay,
There he
Ben's
is.
back. There
All right,
he
Ben
is.
can go first now.
Okay.
All right, Ben. The first game, Siphon Filter.
Yes. Actually, no. I'm gonna go no sign filter.
No. Okay. Chris?
God, another game I would absolutely love more than anything to see on there, but I don't think the Siphon Filter franchise will be making an appearance.
No. Well, here's the thing. I always say that Wild Arms is dead to Sony, but yet Wild Arms keeps appearing in everything that they do. So I'm going to say yes to Siphon Filter because that was a staple game for them.
It was.
Alrighty. Next game, Nightmare Creatures.
Never heard of it.
So that's a no.
No.
Chris?
Another one that I would consider a real PlayStation classic, but I don't know that it will appear on there, so I'm going to have to go no.
Nope. Alrighty. I will also go with a no. Even though I like that game. Alrighty. Let's go with... Let's see what we have here. Tobal number 1.
Toblerone? What?
I want to go with yes.
Tobal number 1. You never heard of Tobal number 1?
I was making a joke, Gary.
Oh, okay.
I want to go
Ben
with
is
yes.
going with a yes. That is surprising. Chris?
I'm going to go with a no on that one.
No. I'm also going to go with a no, unfortunately. This one I think will be interesting. Battle Arena Toshinden.
Oh.
No.
This was a launch title fighting game made by Sony. No from Ben.
And it was great. In the day. Dude, back when it was released, I was all up on that. So I would love to see it come in there, but I don't. Actually, you know what? Put me down for a yes on Battle Arena Toshinden.
That's awesome. Alrighty, that's a yes from Chris. I'm actually going to go with a yes on this one, too. That might be a surprising game on there.
Because you just I was going to go no, but you reminded me that it was a launch title, so I'm like, oh, wait. Yeah, what do I have to say in that about Parappa the Rapper, that was, like, classic PlayStation? I mean, Toshinden was the first one out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yes. I'd love to see it come back.
Alrighty, let's go to Chris's favorite game of all time, Chrono Cross.
Yes.
Yes from Chris. Ben?
No.
No. I am also going to be a no on.
But they might. It's if there's no other RPGs, maybe. But I think there'll be at least one RPG on there.
Final Fantasy VII is the one RPG.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, no, I mean, Wild Arms. Come on.
Yeah.
They're probably
Legend
going to
of
be
Dragoons.
half of the roster of the best PlayStation games ever are freaking JRPGs. I mean, come on. They got to have at least like 5 of them on there.
Alundra.
There you go.
Yeah. Alrighty, let's go. Grand Theft Auto 2.
No.
No.
That is a no across
No.
the board.
No,
Grand
if you
Theft Auto
said-
3 will be on the PS2 classics.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you said PS2, GTA 3 would be there. Even though Vice City.
Alrighty,
Yeah.
let's go Diablo.
No.
No.
Alright, that is a no from me as well. That was a very popular game on the PS1 too. Let's go Legacy of Kain, Blood Omen.
A horrible no.
What does that mean, a horrible no?
I want it there. I love Legacy of Kain games. And I prefer Soul Reaver, though.
Okay.
It was almost a "what do you mean, you people" statement from Garri. You gonna talk shit on Soul Reaver?
Soul Reaver was
Down with
amazing
you,
what
Ben.
they did.
Yeah, yeah, you know, I'm hoping this one will surprise me. Put me down for a yes on that one.
Alrighty. I am also going to go with the yes on this one. I think Blood Omen will be that one. Since we're on a topic, then, Soul Reaver.
Yes, please. But no.
No from Ben.
You know, I think they could do both of them. But that would take room. I don't think that...
They've only got 20
Well,
games.
Soul Reaver... Yeah, Soul Reaver was the more popular one, though,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Legacy,
yeah.
I mean, Legacy of Kain started it, but Soul Reaver was the one that made that really stand out. I'm gonna go... I'll say yes to Soul Reaver. I might change my mind about Blood Omen as a no, to change
can
that
do
one
that.
to a no later. Yep.
You're more than welcome to do that. Okay, Dino Crisis.
Huh. Yes, please.
Yes.
Put me down for a yes on that. Capcom, I'll love you forever.
I want to go with no.
No from Ben. I am also going to go with a yes on this one. Man, what an interesting dilemma we have here, huh? It's so much fun. Alrighty, let's go for something a lot more fun. Let's go with Gex.
No, because of copyright. No, not copyright, but licensing.
I'm gonna go with the no too.
Alright, that's a no.
It's almost like he's the
board.
failed. He's kind of like a failed mascot. He's on the island of failed mascots with
Bubsy.
Bubsy.
Bubsy. Oh my god.
And Cool Spot.
And Cool Spot, yes. And the Noid.
And Ristar.
And Ristar. Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's go with Driver, you are the wheelman.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Because if we don't get
No.
GTA, we'll get Driver. I mean, it was Sony's attempt at trying to do GTA, wasn't it?
I don't think it was a Sony game. I think it was... I know it was somebody else. I just don't know who.
Yeah, but I thought Sony funded it.
No, because the next games in the franchise appeared on other systems too. I don't know. We'll have to look it up.
Research?
What about you, Chris?
I'm going to say no.
No on that one as well? Huh.
I'm entitled to my opinions.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. Let's see what we have here. Let's go with... What is that game with the weird skunk thing? Oh, Kelowna.
Yes.
Konoa? I don't know what it's called.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about.
The weird skunk thing. I love it.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Does Chris?
Oh, it doesn't matter if I do or not.
What? So it's a no from you then?
Say the name right.
It's spelled Klonoa.
Klonoa?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sounds like an STD. There you go.
You know, this isn't a game that I've ever heard of or played, and I think it was
Here,
one that
I'll send you a link to it.
Amazing. Well, I mean...
Driver was published by Atari when it was GT Interactive Software.
There you go.
It was on PS1 and PC.
Just look it up on Google, Chris. I'm not going to wink you nothing. You can do it.
You're fine. Don't worry about it. Continue. Put me down for a no, because it's one that I missed, so I don't know.
Yeah, it wasn't actually on any other consoles on the original. It was just PS1 and PC. And then Game Boy Color.
Alrighty then. No. Yes for Ben. No from us. Let's go Mortal Kombat 3.
No, I feel like if we get more combat, it'll be like the anthology.
The trilogy, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Dokkan Battle.
Is that a no for you too, Chris?
Yeah, it's a no.
Alrighty. Let's go on then to Need for Speed High Stakes.
Maybe.
That's a rough one. I wouldn't think that one would be like a classic one for them to pick from. I'm gonna say no.
No. No across the board then?
Yeah.
See.
Alrighty, let's move on to... Let's see, what should I pick? Resident Evil 3 Nemesis.
Yes, if Resident Evil 2, so... I'm going to go with yes.
Yes from Ben. I'm going to go with a no. Chris?
I'm gonna go with a no as well. Yeah.
Alrighty, Medieval.
No.
No on Medieval, huh? Chris?
Yeah, you know what's really weird? I realized earlier I said yes with Resident Evil 2, but no on Spyro for the same reason. And I'm feeling the same way here, that I'm feeling a no on Medieval because they're planning such a...
massive reboot.
Of it. I don't think that one will be. It's weird. It's hard to explain my logic for that with Resident Evil 2, but I think that if they were to, that would be a perfect 1-2 for Resident Evil, but I don't think it would work for anybody else right now.
And plus
Crash
it's only a
Bandicoot.
month difference between the two.
Yeah, so I don't see it with this one either, so I'm going to go with no on Medieval.
Because Spyro will be out before...
The PS1 Classic is.
Yeah, so...
Comes out in November.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, let's go on to Destruction Derby.
Ooh. Make my day, Sony. Put me down for a yes on that.
Yes.
I will also be a yes on that one. That's a yes across the board.
Hard
Look at
yes
that.
from me.
Yes.
That was a fun-ass game, man.
It was so great.
Alrighty. Medal of Honor.
Damn, the first Medal of Honor? Wow.
I'm going with a yes on this one.
I might have to say yes on that too, because I think they would be a good chance to get some of the classic first-person shooters on there. Well, I don't know, because controls were so different back then. It might be damn near impossible to go back and play.
So is that a no?
Oh God! Put me down for a no. Now that I think about it, I don't think that'd work too well. I tried going back to old Killzone, and I couldn't for the life of me play with the old controls.
I'm going to go with no, too.
No as well. All right. Well, Ben has told me I can only pick one more game.
Yeah.
That was private in the chat, Gary. You're not supposed to say what we say in the chat.
Well, I want people to get mad at him, not at me, because I'm... Let's see. There's one I had in mind, but I might save it if we do another one.
We'll do another one next week.
All right, then let's go with an interesting one called Rayman.
Yes.
Ooh.
Because it was a launch title.
Yep, Ubisoft, if you're listening, I hope you're doing it. Yes for Rayman.
I'm going to go with no. By the way, was yours a no for Medal of Honor, Ben?
Oh, yeah. I think we skipped me, but okay.
No,
Sorry.
we didn't. He did say no, I'm sure of it.
No.
You're sure?
I'm positive. Go back and listen to the recording. I will bet you $5
Wow.
that he did say yes. That's how confident I am.
Wow.
I said yes, but I said no.
Wow.
Anyway.
Oh, yes.
What game was it
next
again?
time, the last one, Rayman.
Yeah, yes.
And Medal of Honor was the one before
Right.
that. Okay. That's fine by me. Well, next time we'll dive into other games, classics like Mega Man Legends and Jet Moto.
Yes!
And that's my phone ringing. if you
See,
can hear it.
timed. Chris, have you got any
Beautiful, I love it.
shout-outs? And have you got any ways they can contact you?
Yes, I do have some shout-outs to my wonderful friends Ed and Christina and Almir. Love hanging out with you guys. You are a bastion of light for me. Thank you so much for all of your love and compassion. To you guys, of course, and to everybody who normally is on our podcast but is not here, such as Neil, Tim, Alphonse, and all you other fine people. I love you all. If you want to contact me on Twitter, it's @Devangel. That's DEVANGIEL. And, yeah, friends, family, fans, thank you for listening.
Gary?
Yes, I should correct Chris here. Her name is Christine, not Christina.
Oh, did I say Christina? I'm sorry. Christina, I'm sorry I tacked on an extra A to the end of your name. I meant to say Christine.
No, I'm sure she'll forgive you.
I love it.
Shout out to them as well from me. They're my closest friends. Obviously, you guys love doing the podcast. Shout outs to you. Shout outs to my family. Shout outs to my baby girl Kai, who's just chilling with me right now,
Oh.
licking her paws. Probably telling me she wants food. It's okay. Yeah, and Alfonso, I hope to hear from you soon. Hope you're having a good time off on your vacations and everything you got to do to make yourself feel better. I know you're going through some stuff, so yeah.
I want to do a shout out to Klaus at Phoenix Down Radio. A shout out to Maelstrom Radio, She Heals I Tank. A shout out to everyone that's listening, Alfonso, Tim, and anyone else that's listening on us Twitter. Thank you. The reason why we keep doing this. You can contact me at Chille UK. That's CHILLE UK. Until next Wednesday, go play some video games. There's some out there. A couple.
Just a few.
Just a couple.
Yeah, just a few. You don't have to play all of them.
Yeah, just a couple. Go play them.
Just the ones we recommend.
Yeah, just the ones we talked about.
Yeah, don't listen to IGN or those other guys. If you want to know what the best games are, listen to us. #.
Yeah.
So until then, bye bye.